Hi guys, congratulations on getting your maxillary expander here at Orthodontics at Don Mills. Today I just want to go through all of the instructions on this appliance. So what is a maxillary expander? And a maxillary expander is the second most common appliance used in orthodontic treatment. And what is its function? So what an expander does is coordinate the growth or the width of the upper jaw to the lower jaw. So a lot of times what happens is we see patients that come in and they present kind of like this. So the upper jaw is a little bit more tapered and narrow in comparison to the lower jaw. So when they bite down, the upper teeth fit inside of the lower teeth, and that's not what we want to have happen. We actually want it to be the opposite. So we want to see this kind of bite, okay? And so what the expander does when used, it coordinates the upper jaw to grow in accordance with the lower jaw. So it's a little bit more wider than the lower jaw. So that's why we use the expander. In the beginning of having the expander in place, it's gonna feel sore and achy. It's gonna feel like you have a headache in your mouth. So it takes a little time to get used to it. So in the beginning of having the expander in place, we tell our patients to eat softer foods, things like yogurts, mashed potatoes, smoothies, ice cream you can have, anything hard that you don't have to bite into, anything soft that you don't have to bite into, things like pasta and rice. Soup is really good and it helps alleviate some of that pressure from biting. And then Advil and Tylenol as needed when needed. Now in terms of caring for the expander, we want to make sure that you're keeping it clean. So you should be brushing after every single meal, and you want to brush for 3 to 4 minutes at a time. We know that that's not possible for everyone, so we ask that you brush after breakfast, after school, and then before bed, 3 minutes at a time. And you want to make sure that you're angling the bristles to get all areas of the expander clean. So you want to gently massage around the gum line and sweep away, and make sure you're removing any plaque or food that sits on top of the little auxiliary tubes of the expander, because it is a food trap. So you want to make sure that you're getting everything away and you're keeping that little tube clean. You also want to make sure that you're keeping the chewing surface clean, and then inside as well. And then also what's most important is that you're keeping the expander portion clean, because food and plaque will sit and get stuck in here. So you want to make sure that you're scrubbing in there and you're getting it all out. You can even use this little proxy brush. You can use it on the go. You can use it when you're brushing to remove any kind of food that gets stuck between the roof of the mouth and the expander, because it will cause a sore spot on the roof of your mouth and it will cause some irritation. So you want to make sure that that's clear of any kind of food or debris. And then you want to floss every night just before bed to make sure everything is kept clean as well, in between the teeth. So you want to make sure that you wrap the floss around your fingers nice and tight and you have a firm grip, and then you're able to get in between the teeth, the tooth structure. So you can get under the band with the floss as well. You're not going to damage or break it. And then you want to make sure that you're flossing every tooth before bed, okay, top and bottom. And when you have the expander in place, we are going to teach mom or dad how to turn the expander. So you're going to get a key that looks similar to this, and it fits inside the expansion screw, okay, and it goes in, and when it's in correctly, it will stay in place. And then they're going to turn the expander, and one full turn is going all the way to the back of the mouth, and you'll see a new hole appear at the top. And that's how you know you've done a turn. When you have the expander in place, it's very, very important to be careful with foods that you're eating. So you want to avoid anything that's hard or sticky. Sticky gums, caramels, toffees, Jolly Ranchers, Starburst, things like that that have a tacky motion that can pull the rings off the teeth. And so we use orthodontic glue. It's not super glue, so you have to be very, very careful with the foods that you're eating, because you can pull it off and things can get stuck. Also, what's really important is to be careful with spaghetti or long noodles. You want to make sure that you're cutting that up into bite-sized pieces so it's not getting tangled in the expander and then causing an issue when swallowing. So you want to make sure that you're careful with the foods that you're eating. And if you ever have any concerns or anything going on with the expander, you guys are always welcome to call the office. Thanks so much and enjoy.